results. So we did this last week, so we're going to have a quick look now at our previous predictions briefly. So last week I predicted Leipzig to beat Young Boys 2-1, it ended up at 3-1. I predicted Milan to win 2-0 versus Newcastle, ended at 0-0, although Milan probably should have won that game. I predicted 1-1 Shakhtar and Porto, it was 3-1 Porto. Barcelona 2, Antwerp 0, that's my prediction, it was 5-0. I predicted 4-0 Man City versus Red Star, it was 3-1, Red Star actually took the lead in that game. I predicted 1-1 between PSG and Dortmund, it ended up at 2-0. I predicted 2-2 with Lazio and Atletico Madrid, it was 1-1 with the goalkeeper scoring the equaliser, which was pretty insane. I predicted 3-1 Bayern versus Celtic, it was 2-0. 1-1 Real Madrid Union Berlin, it was 1-0. I mean, I almost got that right, it was almost 0-0. I predicted 2-0 Galatasaray versus Copenhagen, it was 2-2. 2-1 Benfica versus Salzburg, it was 2-0 Salzburg. Real Sociedad 1 Inter 2, it was 1-1. I said Braga would beat Napoli 2-1, it was 2-1 the other way to Napoli. I said 3-1 Arsenal versus PSV, it was 4-0. 0-0 Sevilla Lons, it was 1-1. And when I said Bayern would beat United 3-0, it was actually 4-3. So I got, how many points I got? I got 37 points that week. I didn't get any exact scorelines, but I think I got most of them correct in terms of who was going to win the games. But let's get into match day 2 then. So, Salzburg versus Real Sociedad. Now, Salzburg did get a very, very big shock win over Benfica. Last time out, 2-0 at their ground. Benfica was not really expecting that, to be honest. I don't think many people in Salzburg were winning that, but fantastic from them. Real Sociedad, though, they started off really well. They were fantastic versus Inter, and unfortunately, late on, kind of against the run of play, they deserved to win that, and they drew against Inter. So these are two teams who have started off really, really positively in their group, and whatever happens in this game is gonna make this group really interesting. I think this group could potentially be a bit of a wild card one now, considering what's happened in Gameweek 1. Salzburg are at home though, so I think it'll be difficult for Real Sociedad. I think I'm actually going to go for a Salzburg win again. I'm going to go 2-1 to RB Salzburg. 2-1 Salzburg at home, and that's going to actually put them on 6 points and in a fantastic position to qualify from this group, which I don't think many people had. Union Berlin versus Braga. So Union Berlin, heartbreaking result last time out at the Bernabeu. They held out Real Madrid for so long. In fact, Madrid didn't have many chances, to be honest, in that game. Hostel had a couple, but Berlin defended really well, and then just late on, Jude Bellingham came up with the goal. That was a really encouraging performance for Berlin. Braga versus Napoli. I didn't catch the game, but a 2-1 loss to Napoli is not too bad. I mean, Berlin have not started the season off well at all. However, Braga have started off pretty decent. Berlin at home, both their first home game in the Champions League. I think they're going to be up for it, and I think it'll be a draw though again. I think these teams are very closely matched. I think Braga will get a draw and it'll be a 1-1. Inter Benfica, this is actually a very big game for both teams after what happened in their first games. Inter, as I said, dropped points to Sociedad. Benfica lost to Salzburg. So both teams need to win. Both teams, Benfica have just beat Porto, which is a massive result. Inter have been stumbling a little bit as of recently in their games, really since that draw. Scrape past Empoli, shock loss to Sassuolo, and then Darlin Martinez came off the bench and scored 4 goals in that game. So before he came on, they were really struggling, but Lautaro is in good form. Inter are fantastic at home. These two teams actually did play each other last season in the quarterfinals, and Inter took care of them not easily, maybe the best game weeks. We have in the Benfica game, and we also have this game, Napoli Real Madrid, which is going to be fantastic. Now, Napoli have started a season off okay, not the best. They have had some off-the-field issues and on-the-pitch issues as well. Rudy Garcia, just not a great manager, and seems like hasn't really got the support of key members of the team, with Kvala and Osimhen not happy with him. There's a whole thing with Osimhen off the pitch was just stupid. I don't know what they are doing there. He was actually benched in their last game, but he did come on and score. So things aren't going great at Napoli, but regardless, they are still getting some results on the pitch. As for Madrid, I mean, things are going fantastic for them. Besides that Atletico Madrid loss, they have been fantastic. Jude Bellingham has continued to come up with the goals, and this is going to be a really, really good game, I think. Napoli at home is going to make this really, really, really tough for Real Madrid. I do think, though, that given what's been happening with Rudy Garcia, given the stuff off the pitch with Osimhen, some of the players not behind Rudy Garcia all the way, and not being a great manager in general, I do think that Real Madrid will get the win. I think Madrid's defence is very good. I don't know if they can keep out Osimhen and Kvala though, so I do think they will concede, but I think they will get a 2-1 victory. PSV Sevilla, I did not mean to do that. PSV Sevilla, so PSV got smacked up really by Arsenal, but I kind of expected that, to be honest, and Sevilla have been shocking this season. To get 5-1 versus Almeida, and a narrow loss to Barcelona, drew to Lens last game. Both teams really do need to win this game. It's a big game for them. PSV at home, but you would back them to win, so I'm going to go PSV 2, Sevilla 1. Lens versus Arsenal. Okay, so Lens, they started off Ligue 1 pretty poorly, but recently it looks like they have picked up their form. Arsenal, as we know, started off pretty well and really well in their last Champions League game. Lens, though, it's their first home game in the Champions League in a long time. They're going to be absolutely rocking, and it could be a little bit of a tough place to go for Arsenal. I could see maybe Lens taking an early lead, but then Arsenal showing their quality, and I think Arsenal will win 3-1. Copenhagen versus Bayern. Now Copenhagen, I think, surprised a couple of people with how good they were versus Galatasaray. Just lost that game. I think they were 2-0 up, in fact. Wow, they won 9-0. That's crazy. Yeah, they're looking really, really good, Copenhagen, at home as well. Bayern have been stuttering, to be honest. They've not looked the most convincing, drew 2-2 to versus Leipzig, but they were 2-0 down in that game. They beat Bochum 7-0. I think the thing with Bayern is they struggle against those teams of the higher quality. When they do come up against teams, though, who they are a lot better than, they do tend to get the job done. So I think that's what's going to happen in this game, and I think they will. I think they'll win 3-1. I think the defence is a bit leaky. They might concede one, but they'll win. Man United Galatasaray, this is another big game. Man United, as we know, absolutely horrible form. Really, really poor. Just lost to Crystal Palace at home. Galatasaray started off really well. Their game in the Champions League was not the best against Copenhagen, but they came back and got the draw, which was fantastic. I think Galatasaray are going to be up for this, and think they could probably snatch something. United at Old Trafford are good, but this season have already lost to Crystal Palace and Brighton at home, so they can definitely got that. But I do think United will just about have enough to get the job done. I think it'll be a close game, but I think it'll be a 2-1 victory to United. Antwerp, Shakhtar, two teams who definitely need a win here. Antwerp got smacked up by Barca 5-0 in their game. Shakhtar lost to Porto 3-1. Antwerp, wow, they have not started off the season off great. At home, though, I don't know if they've ever been in the Champions League. I think this might be definitely their first Champions League game in a long time. Actually, I think they were. I feel like they were in Spurs' group one year. Anyway, I think Shakhtar will take it. I think Shakhtar will take it 2-1. Atletico Madrid and Feyenoord is a game I'm actually actually very excited for as well, because Athletic Madrid, it starts off fantastically. As I said, beat Real Madrid. They are looking incredible besides that loss to Valencia. And of course in the Lazio game, as I said, I mean, they were winning for most of the game and looking good, but then just a goal came out of nowhere and scored. So Athletic are looking really good at home as well, but Feyenoord are incredible. Look at this, dubs, and look at the goals they scored. Smacked up Ajax, beat Celtic in their game. I think this is going to be a really fun game. I think there'll be goals in this one, but I do think Athletic will actually, you know what, I think they'll slip up. I think it'll be entertaining 2-2 draw. Porto, Barcelona, two teams who start off with victories in their games. Barcelona have really been flying in the goals recently. They started off not scoring, but now they have scored a lot. 5 versus Betis, 5 versus Antwerp, 3 versus Celta, 2 versus Mallorca. Did draw to Mallorca though, so they are susceptible to that. Porto are a good side as well. You know, this is one I could see Barca maybe slipping up on. However, I do think their attacking quality will be enough, and I think they'll win 3-1. Alright, Red Star versus Young Boys. Yeah, I don't know about this game. Well, Red Star, I will say, credit to them, they actually were winning at half-time at the Etihad, which I don't think many people expected. Their goalie was insane, pulling off save after save, although he was at fault for one of the goals. Young Boys, I didn't catch their game against Leipzig, but it seemed like it was a close one. Red Star at home, I guess you back them to get to 2-1. Leipzig, Man City, another decent game here. Leipzig, you start off insane this season. Disappointing not to win that game versus Bayern, but they were 2-0 up and looked really, really good. Man City, as we know, have looked fantastic, but back-to-back losses recently. Lost to Wolves. The thing is though, when Man City lose games back-to-back like that, they always bounce back emphatically. And we saw what happened last year. Man City destroyed Leipzig. Although when it was at Leipzig Stadium, they did struggle a little bit. And Leipzig are, I think, a better team, a much better team than last season. So I think Leipzig will cause City problems, but I do think City will get the job done. I think it'll be a 2-1. Alright, Newcastle versus PSG. This is such a fun game that we've got here. So Newcastle are going into this on red hot form. They have really turned things around after a bit of a struggle early on. In their game against Milan, you know, I think they were a bit lucky to get the point, but they got a fantastic point at the San Siro. And since then, 8-0 versus Sheffield, they beat Man City, they beat Burnley fairly easily. Looking really good. PSG though, not the best. I mean, they did look really good against Dortmund, I will say that, but then with Mbappe injured, they smacked up Marseille, which was great, but then Clermont, they drew 0-0, so I don't know. This is really, really fascinating. St James Park's going to be absolutely rocking. I think Mbappe's fit. I believe he is fit. Even if he isn't, then I don't know. It's going to be really good. I'm looking forward to this game. I think that, however, I think Newcastle could get something from this. However, I do think PSG just have enough quality and experience to get themselves through this. And I think that PSG will end up, I don't see Newcastle scoring, to be honest. I think it'll be 2-0 PSG, but I think it'll be a close game, and I could definitely see Newcastle getting a victory, and it'll be a fantastic game to watch. Another fantastic game we got is Dortmund versus Milan. Dortmund have started off really, really poorly. I thought they were really bad against PSG last year, game week. I expected much more from them, but since then they have started to pick up a bit of form in the Bundesliga. AC Milan, so yeah, since getting battered by Inter, they have picked up form. 1-0 win, 3-1 win, beat Lazio 2-0, which is a very, very good win for them. I think this could be a draw. I think it'll be a 1-1. I think these two teams are fairly evenly matched. Okay, the final game we have is Celtic versus Lazio. So Celtic, as you would expect, are comfortably easing in the Scottish Premiership, but lost to Feyenoord 2-0. I think they like 9 men in that game as well. Lazio, I've started the season off really poorly, to be honest. Lost to Milan, did get that incredible winner versus Atletico. I think this is going to be a close game, and in fact I think Celtic might be able to snatch something. I think they might be able to get a draw. I think it'll be a 1-1. Alright, let's play the 2 times boost up. I think the 2 times we'll go for Barcelona 2 times. Alright, so those are my predictions. Let me know which ones you agree or disagree with in the comments below, and your predictions for the games. It's going to be a fantastic game week, and hopefully guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, then please leave a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in another video.